to this, man.
Because that's an insult. All the work I put in, you don't name them people after me.
Shaquille O'Neal didn't hesitate at all. He flat out shut down Kevin Durant's case for GOAT status, and he made it look easy. For years, KD has been pushing his name into that same elite convo with Michael Jordan and LeBron James. 2 rings, 2 finals MVP, and one of the smoothest scorers the game has ever seen. No doubt about that. But then Shaq jumped on his podcast and tore that whole argument apart like it was nothing. And when Shaq talks, people listen, because his words hit hard, just like those brutal dunks he used to throw down. He made it crystal clear, Kevin Durant is not in that GOAT conversation, not even close. Instead, Shaq put him in a different lane entirely, a category full of players with crazy talent who never quite touched that untouchable top-tier level. Coming from a 4-time champion who's lived it all, that's not just criticism, that's a statement. Now it gets even more intense, because this tension didn't just appear overnight. This back and forth has been brewing since 2017, and it started in a way nobody expected. During Shaqtin' a Fool, Shaq was doing what he always does, cracking jokes and clowning JaVale McGee over some wild on-court moments. Most people laugh it off, but KD, he wasn't feeling it at all. Being JaVale's teammate on the Warriors back then, Durant stepped in and called Shaq's behavior childish, and he didn't stop there. In another interview, KD went straight at Shaq's game, no filter. He pointed out the missed free throws, the air balls, the blown dunks, and said Shaq couldn't do much outside the paint. KD basically argued that Shaq wasn't skilled, just big. According to him, all that dominance came from size, not ability. And just like that, the tension turned into full-on beef.
He free throw shooter, he missed dunks, he airball free throws. He can't shoot, he couldn't shoot outside the paint. He's bigger than everybody, he ain't had any skills. But he was bigger and stronger than everybody, and he's still a great player, but you had your flaws too as a player.
Here's where it really raised eyebrows. KD, at that time without a championship, was openly critiquing a 4-time NBA champion. That's bold. No way around it. He was highlighting Shaq's flaws while still trying to prove he could lead a team all the way himself. That's not just confidence. That's stepping into dangerous territory. And Shaq? He wasn't letting that slide at all. In an interview with Sports Illustrated, Shaq delivered one of the coldest lines in this whole feud. He basically told KD, "You ain't one of us."
O'Neal told Gulliver, quote, "He can't talk to me like that. He may think he does and he's sticking up for his teammate. He's a great player, but you ain't in the club yet. You're on the outside in line with Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, and John Stockton. You're not in the club with me and those championship guys. That's why I tweeted him, mind your business."
No sugarcoating, no hesitation. Then he grouped KD with some of the greatest players who never won a ring. Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, John Stockton, legends, Hall of Famers, but still missing that one thing. The message was loud and clear. KD, all that talent doesn't get you in the club by itself. But there's a deeper layer people overlook. Shaq wasn't just throwing shots, he was passing down a mindset. Back in his early days, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar told a young Shaq the exact same thing. He wasn't in that elite club yet. And Shaq didn't complain, didn't argue, didn't run to social media. He took that personally and went to work. Kareem made it known, stats don't mean much without championships. So Shaq locked in, dominated the league, and came back with 4 rings to prove it. No talking, no back and forth, just results. That was his response. Now fast forward to KD's era, and things look different. When legends like Shaq and Barkley questioned the weight of his championships, KD didn't answer the same way. Instead of settling it all on the court, the conversation kept going. And that's where the divide between generations really shows. Instead, KD took it to Twitter, sometimes even on burner accounts, firing back at random fans, arguing in comment sections, even going at teenagers, telling the older generation to move on. That's where the difference shows up loud and clear. When Shaq got called out, he handled it one way, KD handled it another. To really understand this tension, you have to go back to May 2016. The Oklahoma City Thunder were up 3-1 against the 73-win Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. KD was dropping 30 a night. Westbrook was exploding, and they had just taken down a 67-win Spurs team. Everything was lined up, 1 win away from the finals, and then everything fell apart. Game 5 in OKC. Durant puts up 40 points on 29 shots. Sounds big, right? Not enough. Thunder lose by 9. Game 6 in Oakland. KD scores 29, but shoots 10 for 31. Ice cold when it mattered most. Warriors win again, forcing Game 7 with the whole world watching. Final showdown. Durant scores 27 on 10 for 19 shooting. Decent numbers on paper, but not enough to close the deal. Across those last 3 games, KD and Westbrook combined for 30 turnovers. 30. That's not pressure. That's a meltdown. They had the defending champs right where they wanted them, up 3-1, and still couldn't finish it. Golden State didn't just win, they made history with one of the greatest comebacks ever. They stormed into the finals, and even though they lost to LeBron and the Cavs in 7, the damage was already done. Because just 2 months later, KD made a move that changed everything. Instead of coming back hungry for revenge, he joined the same Warriors team that just beat him, the exact squad he couldn't close out. Instead of proving he could take them down, he teamed up with them. That decision flipped the entire narrative around his career. Forever. Rings or no rings, people started looking at him differently. And that's exactly why Shaq's words hit so hard. Because deep down, KD knows this isn't just talk. Shaq has never been quiet about why KD bothers him. On his podcast, he broke it down simple. That's the difference.
I'm gonna say I did the same thing as KD did.
Shaq built dynasties. KD joined one. Big difference. Shaq went to Orlando and helped build that franchise from the ground up. Then he went to LA, teamed with Kobe, and brought the Lakers back to dominance. Wherever Shaq went, he was the centerpiece, the force everyone rallied around. He didn't chase greatness, he created it. KD, he stepped onto a team that was already rolling. A team already on the way to the finals. He didn't start the engine, he jumped on while it was moving, and that right there is where the tension keeps growing. But nothing lit the fire more than what happened in January 2023. KD got bold on Twitter and decided to test Shaq directly. Shaq admitted on TV he didn't know much about a Lakers trade target. And KD fired back with, "Shaquille don't know ball." That one line? Yeah, that was enough. Shaq didn't just respond, he went all the way in. He fired back, roasted KD, and dropped a line that stuck, "Respect the bus driver." 4 words that hit like a poster dunk. The message was clear. Shaq drives the championship bus. KD's just along for the ride. KD tried to laugh it off, saying, "Damn, I got cooked for asking a simple question." But that response, it didn't hit the same. Because every time a legend steps to him, things get quiet real quick. And the numbers back it up. With Golden State, KD went 38-10 in the playoffs. That's a 79% win rate. 2 championships, 2 finals MVPs, dominant run, no question. But everywhere else, it tells a different story. 57 wins, 50 losses, barely above .500, 0 rings outside Golden State, finals loss in OKC, early exits in Brooklyn, swept by Boston, swept again in Phoenix. That pattern keeps showing up. So what does that really say? When Steph, Klay, and Draymond were there sharing the load, everything clicked. But when KD had to carry it his way, things didn't look the same. KD looked unstoppable in Golden State, like nobody could touch him. But take that system away, and suddenly the picture changes. Now it's just big numbers without the trophies to match. That's not being the guy in charge. That's riding along while everything's already working. Now put that next to Shaq's resume. 4 championships, all with different stories behind them. Finals runs with Penny in Orlando, a 3-peat with Kobe in LA, and another ring with Dwyane Wade in Miami. Everywhere Shaq went, he was the alpha, no debate. He set the tone, controlled the game, and led teams straight to the top. KD, every time he's tried to lead the charge on his own, it's ended early. First round exits, second round exits. It keeps stacking up. At some point, it's not just bad luck. That pattern starts to speak for itself. This whole debate isn't only about rings anymore. It's about respect and what greatness actually means. The older generation, Shaq, Barkley, guys like that, they grew up with a different code. You don't join your rivals, you beat them. When Jordan couldn't get past the bad boy Pistons, he didn't team up. He came back stronger and took them out. When Shaq couldn't get through the Bulls, he didn't link up with MJ. He built his own path in LA. KD sees it differently. He told Bill Simmons the game has changed, players have more freedom now, and that part is true. But here's the thing, the standard for greatness didn't change with it. Jordan, Kobe, LeBron all faced pressure in their own eras, and every one of them proved they could lead a team all the way. They didn't hop on the ride, they were driving it. KD keeps telling critics to move on. But here's the reality. It's those same voices shaping how history remembers players. They vote on Hall of Fame status, they influence the GOAT debates. They set the tone for legacy. And right now, a lot of them are saying the same thing. KD isn't in that top tier circle just yet. So where does that leave him? At 36, time isn't on his side anymore. The talent has never been the issue, not even close. It's the leadership questions and how his legacy is viewed that still hang in the air. Until he proves he can lead a team from start to finish, that narrative isn't going anywhere. KD is now on his 4th team, and that championship window is getting smaller fast. Shaq didn't dress it up. He said it straight. KD belongs in a special category. One of the greatest scorers ever, no doubt. But not in the GOAT conversation, and that's exactly the label KD doesn't want. He's not chasing just stats. He wants to be mentioned with Jordan and LeBron. He wants those rings to carry the same weight, the same respect. He wants to be seen as the guy who climbed to the top on his own. But let's keep it honest. Since leaving Golden State, that level of respect hasn't followed. 2 first-round sweeps, multiple teams falling short, and when the pressure builds, things tend to fall apart instead of coming together. Nobody questions KD's skill, his shot, his efficiency, his scoring ability. It's all elite. But GOAT status isn't just about talent. It's about leadership, resilience, and being the one who carries everything when it matters most. Until KD proves he can take a team through the full journey, handle the pressure, push through adversity, and finish with a championship, legends like Shaq, Jordan, and Kobe aren't opening that door. And here's where the conversation really turns up, because this isn't just about stats or highlights anymore. It's about how KD is going to be remembered when it's all said and done. Legacy isn't built in moments. It's built in pressure situations, when everything is on the line and there's nowhere to hide. Right now, KD's career feels split into 2 different stories. One version is that unstoppable scorer in Golden State, slicing through defenses, winning finals MVPs, looking like the best player on the floor every night. The other version? A superstar still searching for that same level of control, that same dominance without a loaded system around him. And that's the part critics won't let go of. Because when you strip everything down, the question stays the same. Can KD be the foundation, not just the finisher? Can he take a team from the ground up, face the doubters, and still come out holding the trophy at the end? We've seen flashes, no doubt. Big games, clutch shots, moments where he looks like he can take over the entire league by himself. But those moments haven't turned into full playoff runs that end in championships. And at this level, almost isn't enough. Compare that to the names he's chasing. Jordan had to break through walls before he became Jordan. LeBron carried teams through pressure, criticism, and expectations that never stopped. Kobe embraced the grind and proved he could win as the main guy, again and again. That's the bar KD is being held to. And it's not coming down anytime soon. Not because people doubt his talent, but because they've seen what true all-time greatness looks like under pressure. And here's the reality. Time is the one opponent nobody beats. Every season that passes without a deep, dominant run adds more weight to the conversation. Every early exit, every missed opportunity, it all stacks up. But the story isn't finished yet. That's what makes this so interesting. KD still has a chance to flip the narrative completely. One run, one championship as the clear leader, one moment where everything clicks, and suddenly the conversation changes. That's all it takes at this level. Not talk, not tweets, not debates, results. The kind that leave no room for questions. Because at the end of the day, the bus driver label isn't something you claim. It's something you prove, night after night, series after series, with everything on the line. Until that happens, the debate stays alive. KD will keep putting up numbers, keep climbing scoring lists, keep showing why he's one of the most gifted players ever. But that final step, that unquestioned, undeniable moment as the guy who led it all from start to finish, that's the piece still missing. And whether he gets there or not, that's what's going to define everything. So now it all comes down to this. Kevin Durant's legacy is still being written, but the pressure is louder than ever. Every game, every playoff run, every big moment, it all matters now more than ever. Because when the career is over, there's no rewrites, no second chances, just the final verdict. KD already locked in his place as one of the greatest scorers the game has ever seen. No debate. But that GOAT conversation, that's a different level entirely. That's where leadership, dominance, and proving you can carry everything on your back separates the legends from the all-time icons. And until KD has that one undeniable run as the clear leader, the doubts won't go away. The old heads will keep talking, the debates will keep heating up, and the spotlight will stay right on him. Now the question is simple. Does KD have one more legendary chapter left in him? Or is this how the story ends? If you made it this far, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone who needs to see it. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Does KD belong in the GOAT conversation or not? And I'll catch you in the next one.